This Nerf blaster fires faster than anything else on the planet. Let's rewind a bit. So back during COVID, I was stuck at home like everyone else. I was obviously bored, and I had an idea. I think I can make a wacky Nerf gun out of just a tube and a spring. And then my next thought was, what if I just hooked a lot of those together? And while I was at it, I might as well shoot them in the flywheels to speed up the FPS. And then if I'm doing all of that, why don't I just hook the whole thing up to a power drill motor to fire all 12 cylinders in about a second? So I spent the next 3 months and hundreds of dollars figuring out how to make my own springs. Hey, look at that. Wait, oh, what the heck? Use a table saw incorrectly. If I can't see the blade, it means this is safe, right? And design my own planetary gearbox. That is so beautiful! I then cut up a bunch of Nerf blasters and bolted them to a vacuum I found for $5. This is impressively strong. Oh my gosh, I'm hitting my fridge. And then I shoved it all together, and somehow it worked. The physics of this thing just blow my mind. It has 80 milliseconds to fire each one of these barrels. 80 milliseconds! And it just worked! Originally I designed it to fire normal Nerf darts, and it does that just fine. But then I thought about using these. These are foam balls that are about the same diameter as a Nerf dart, but crucially, they're also 1/6 the length. Or to put it another way, we can shove 6 of these into the blaster for every one Nerf dart. That brings the capacity of this monster up to 288, and it fires all of them in 1 second. Of course, initially just threw them everywhere. I tried a bunch of ideas to fix it, none of which worked, and then I looked at my sloppy tolerances. Wait a second. What happens if I just hold that up there? That worked! And suddenly I've made something that fires faster than anything on this planet. The M4, America's standard battle rifle, can fire at 16 rounds per second. The beloved A10 Warthog has a main cannon that can fire 70 rounds per second. The M134, the fastest real steel weapon I could find, can fire up to 100 rounds per second. This thing made out of scrap 288 rounds in 1 second. Yeah, 288 rounds? That is more than one M4, one A10, and 2 M34s combined. Granted, it only fires for 1 second, but still. Also, I'm not counting shotguns because that's boring. And then there's this thing. That's called the Metal Storm. It fires thousands of bullets in 1 second. It's really cool. But it does it out of a ton of barrels, so I don't really count that. If I strapped 100 of these together, they'd also fire very fast. I'm not even gonna act like this is practical. The fire rate is fast enough that it can be measured in seconds rather than minutes, but the reload rate is slow enough that it can be measured in minutes rather than seconds. Dang it, I just ran out of ammo. It's also over 4 foot long, and I think it weighs about 30 pounds. And of course, she fires 8-cent custom imported rounds at a rate of 17,000 rounds per minute. I really cannot do a Russian accent. Anyways, it costs $276 to fire this weapon for 12 seconds. You better pick up your ammo. That said, it is great for deleting that guy you really don't like. And at the end of the day, it's just a ton of fun. Oh, geez, that's about to break. Okay, I'm gonna fire this one last time, and then end the video. Ah, that never gets old. Oh, and it broke down there. Great, cool. This is the most amazing thing I have ever built. You know, this thing wasn't even designed for these balls. I wonder how much faster I can make something shoot if I designed something just for them.